Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is going on, guys? Right now it is 10:14 a.m. over here on the east coast of the United States. Right now we are looking at CoinGecko because we are going to be talking about Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin is on a mission to all-time highs, and I personally believe we are going to get there. But anyways, guys, right now the entire cryptocurrency market cap right now is $2.4 trillion. We're heading real close to all-time highs and price discovery mode with that, guys. So we are definitely on the road to victory here with crypto. Right now we have number one, which is always going to be Bitcoin for now at $51,000. And then we also have Ethereum at 3,900. We have number three with Cardano at 285. We have Binance Coin at 494. And then we have number five, as always, it is Tether. But right now we are going to be talking about Bitcoin, guys, because Bitcoin has finally crossed 50K and is actually holding above 50K at 51 right now, which is the current resistance point for us. But anyways, let's go on and talk a little bit about Bitcoin. So here is the Fear and Greed Index right here. This is a good way to gauge where the cryptocurrency space is currently headed. And right now, as you can see, extreme greed is where we are at right now with 79. Yesterday was greed, which was 73. And if we're all the way down here in extreme fear, then you already know that we're headed in a bearish momentum. So that means we're heading down. But right now we are in extreme greed, guys, and it has been a while since we've been this close to the tip of the extreme greed grid. So with that being said, guys, this is looking really bullish. The next update for this will be in 9 hours and 43 minutes and in a few seconds. So we're definitely going to want to keep an eye on this to see what happens with the update on this. I'm pretty sure it's going to go even further to the end of this green gauge. But anyways, guys, let's continue on here. So here's some of the craziest Bitcoin news right now. As you can see, Bitcoin is making headlines in the LA Times as El Salvador adopts Bitcoin. Its young president is dismantling democracy. So as you can see here, this is the El Salvadorian president, Nayib Bukele, and he is going to be sending out $30 worth of Bitcoin to every single resident in El Salvador and making Bitcoin official legal tender. For the first time ever, guys, the world is going to see what happens when Bitcoin is actually utilized in a country as legal tender. So this week, El Salvador will become the first country on earth to accept Bitcoin as legal tender, a controversial move pushed by the country's young, headstrong, and exceptionally popular president, Nayib Bukele. But the rollout of cryptocurrency in the Central American nation has been upstaged by a more urgent concern. A series of withering attacks by Bukele and his ruling party on El Salvador's 3-decade-old democracy. So in the recent days, Bukele's loyalists on the Supreme Court systematically cleared the way for him to seek re-election in 2024 despite a constitutional ban on consecutive presidential terms. So here's the kicker here, guys. A survey was recently done by the University of Central Americans found that 56% of El Salvadorians do not trust Bitcoin and 71% say that they do not plan to use it, guys. So as of recently, there has been protests that are saying, people are saying that they don't trust Bitcoin and they don't want to use it. And I understand where a lot of these people are coming from, because why would you want to use a currency for your business that is constantly going up and down? That makes accounting for your business and finding out where your profits and gains are very hard, and finding a level price to set your services at very hard, because the price of Bitcoin is so volatile at the moment. And I can completely understand that part. But also at the same time, guys, we also have to take into account that there are a percentage of people who actually do want to accept Bitcoin and want to give it a try. So let's say Bitcoin continues to go upwards, and these people who don't like Bitcoin are seeing that it's going upwards in the moment, and they decide to change their mind and they're like, okay, we'll accept Bitcoin, and they're doing it because they see that the money is going up. and they decide to go ahead and take that risk, that's going to change that percentage. And then on top of that, a lot of these people just don't like change in general. Like, nobody likes change, especially when it's a big systematic change like this. So after we give Bitcoin a little bit of time, hopefully once Bitcoin can find a even price floor and it kind of like levels out, then we can hopefully hope to find a small medium with this, and we can figure out what is going to go on here. But pretty much right now, in my personal opinion, guys, El Salvador is going to be the guinea pig for the world with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So basically, the whole world is going to be watching El Salvador over the next couple of months to see exactly how their economy moves and how things shift in El Salvador after using Bitcoin as legal tender. If things go well, we are going to see a large influx of other countries following suit. If things go wrong, we could see a huge crash in crypto and a huge bear market come up and rise out of the ashes. So with that being said, this is definitely going to be something to keep an eye on, guys. And here's a little bit more on El Salvador. As you can see, there have been anti-Bitcoin protests, but they haven't been very, very large or violent as of yet. But Bitcoin is going to be induced into legal tender on September 7th, which is tomorrow, because today is September 6th. So the law is going to come into force tomorrow, guys. So this is going to be very interesting. And there are a lot of Bitcoin supporters that are all saying that they are going to buy $30 of Bitcoin a piece tomorrow. So we could see a very, very large spike in volume in Bitcoin tomorrow, depending on how well this news settles over. But anyways, guys, this is something that I also want to talk about, which is this here. So the president is planning on sending $30 of Bitcoin to each person in El Salvador, right? So right now we have 6.4 million people in El Salvador as of 2019, which was recorded. So let's go ahead and times that by 30. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to times this by 30. And the number that we get is 193,620,000 guys. So there's going to be a lot of money spent by the El Salvadorian president to send $30 of Bitcoin to every single resident and giving them all a specific wallet. Another thing with the wallets, guys, I've heard some controversy over that, because these wallets are actually somewhat controlled by the El Salvadorian government in some sort of way. They have a hold over these wallets. I'm not too sure because I haven't gone completely into this, but this is what I have been hearing recently. So if anybody has any word on that, leave a comment in the comment section below, because I am definitely interested in hearing about that. And I'm also interested in hearing about the El Salvadorian president, because I've heard some things with him and gang ties supposedly, and with him wanting Bitcoin for illegal purposes. But that is FUD in my personal opinion. There is no proof of that just yet, and a lot of people just don't like Bitcoin and they don't want the change. So I'm kind of thinking, in my personal opinion, that this is just people trying to shift others' opinions on the matter. Next up, we've got Texas, which is actually now recognizing cryptocurrencies under their commercial laws. So Texas House Bills 4474 and 1576 have officially taken effect on September 1st, which was only a few days ago, after being signed into law by Governor Greg Abbott in June, guys. So this is going to be really, really huge for crypto in general, and as there's a lot of large institutions that have been shifting and moving over to Texas to move their headquarters. So we are going to see how this unfolds in the near future, because this is going to be very interesting as more and more institutional investors are beginning to come into the space. So right now, this says 2 bills are aimed at furthering the adoption of cryptocurrencies and blockchain and are now in the state of Texas as law. Texas House Bills 4474 and 1576 were passed by both chambers in the state legislation in May and signed into law by Governor Greg Abbott in June. So this officially took place on September 2nd, as said before, which establishes blockchain working groups in Texas, while HB House Bill 4474 amends the state's Uniform Commercial Code to recognize cryptocurrencies under commercial law. So the president of the Texas Blockchain Council, Texas has a blockchain council, guys. That's very interesting. Keep that in mind. Told Cointelegraph that the House Bill 4474 better defines the security interest for Bitcoin, BTC, and other cryptocurrencies to allow institutional investors to get involved with sizable investments. What did I say, guys? So he added that Texas Banking Commissioner and the Texas Department of Banking announced in June that the banks with a state charter can custody cryptocurrencies under certain circumstances. So I think we are getting closer and closer to seeing crypto ETFs, and I'm thinking that crypto is going to be massively adopted once more and more countries start to follow suit with Texas, and the adoption begins to start steamrolling into other countries and states. So this is a positive for crypto generally, because Texas became the fourth U.S. state behind Wyoming, Rhode Island, and Nebraska to clarify the commercial law status of these assets. So this is going to be super huge, guys, in the near future. We're definitely going to be keeping an eye on this, because there's more and more areas that are becoming bullish on Bitcoin. There's also cities that are also moving over to Bitcoin that have states that haven't completely moved, like Florida, which is where I'm at. We have Miami, who's mayor, my bad, I was about to say governor, whose mayor is completely bullish on Bitcoin. He's came out with a Miami coin and whatnot, but the state is still on the edge with it. So, but anyways, guys, let's continue on here and head over to the next segment of the video. And also a really quick note right here for those of you who actually want to read the one of the House bills. You can read the House bills at capitol.texas.gov, and they have the House bills right here. This is House Bill 1576. So you can just kind of scroll through this and then you can read it for yourself, especially if you live in Texas. It would be very interesting to read and learn about. But anyways, guys, next up we have Bloomberg senior strategist calling Bitcoin a global reserve asset, which is on the path to 100K. So now we have Bloomberg senior strategist jumping on the bandwagon and saying that we are about to see a 100K Bitcoin. We have Michael Saylor saying we're going to see 100K Bitcoin and then $1 million Bitcoin. And then we have the Wolf of Wall Street saying that we are going to see 100K plus Bitcoin. So there's definitely a lot of very, very high profile investors that are very bullish on Bitcoin right now, guys, and that kind of adds on to the greed and fear index, which is why we are so bullish right now, because there is a lot of people who are very bullish on Bitcoin, and I honestly believe that Bitcoin is going to cross 100K myself, so that would add me into that list as well, even though I'm not a very large high profile investor. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and check out Bitcoin on CoinGecko really quick. So right now we have Bitcoin at $51,361.52, which is up 2.3% today with a market cap of $966 billion. So we are going to scroll down here and check this chart out really quick. We'll check the chart out right here. But anyways, guys, look at the max supply. As we all know, the max supply of Bitcoin is not going anywhere, which is at 21 million. And then we have the circulating supply at 18 million. This is a very, very low supply, guys. So I honestly believe the more and more people that become bullish on Bitcoin, the faster we are going to see this price start moving forward, especially since, all right, guys, so basically from 30 to 40K was very, very slow. But as you remember, last bull market from 50K to 65K happened in the blink of an eye. So the resistance there is little to none. So honestly, guys, I believe that we could see a 60K plus Bitcoin within the next couple of weeks. So with that being said, let's go ahead and look on at the chart here. So basically back in October of 2020 on the year chart, we are looking at a 10K Bitcoin, and now we are now sitting at 51K Bitcoin. So for all the people that were getting scared around this area, when you look at the bigger picture, there was honestly no reason to be scared. I mean, of course, if you got in up here and you're pretty new to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general, you were probably very nervous about seeing your money take a dip like that. But as you can see, if anybody held and they are still holding, then their money is pretty much coming back to them, and may come back to them in a double. So let's see if we can go over to the trading view here really quick and take a look at where we see Bitcoin going. All right, so this is the trading view right here, And I am going to put these trend lines here really quick just for reference. So we're going to start this line right here. These aren't going to be perfect lines by any means, guys. I just want to put this out here. So we have this line here, and then we're going to set this line right here at the top, the highest top before that drop right here happened. So the highest top before that drop here happened was right here, and we'll put this here. So as you can see right here, guys, this is something that I want to kind of show you guys. So here are the trend lines that I started right here. I start with the highest top before the lowest drop. That rhymes. But anyways, guys, I like to kind of look at this as a metric, because if you take a look here, you can see that Bitcoin, every time that it came out of this trend line, kind of bought itself back into the trend line for a brief moment, and then came right back above that trend line, and then came right back below it. But every time that you see below that it comes below, it kind of takes a green candle, and it kind of dips the green candle into that trend line before sending the price right over the trend line and just going completely above it, and then coming right back into it. And as you can see right now, we are actually kind of cooling down, and we are actually moving within the trend line currently. So I'm going to definitely be keeping an eye on this one, because as you can see with the previous trend here, we were in the trend line, and then boom. So right now we're in the trend line, and I'm expecting a very, very large influx of volume to come through, and I definitely see us going past this 52K right here and heading up to about 55K before we see any resistance. I think we'll see some resistance around 55 to 56, and then after that it's just a straight moon shoot to like 60 in my personal opinion. But anyways, guys, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This is just my personal opinion on the matter of the fact. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today's video. If you have any questions or comments on where you think Bitcoin is going, leave them in the comment section below, because I definitely want to hear them, because everybody has their own opinion on where this is going. But anyways, guys, that's all I've got for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I appreciate you guys for watching.